Hello crafty people, I'm Tasha and welcome to my channel. Today I'm sharing my very first video and it's part of my Altenew Educator Certification Programme Level 1 Final Assessment. I'm going to talk you through 3 techniques that are covered in Level 1 and then show you the photos of my finished projects. Forgive me if I sound nervous, it's only because I am, so let's get right to it. Okay, the first topic that I want to talk about is ink blending. I'm actually using dye inks here, the Altenew Crisp dye inks, but I'll have all of the colours and the products listed below for you if you're interested. I'm using a blending brush here as well, but it's just a generic one that I got from Amazon. The trick with ink blending is to start slowly. You can always add more colour, but you can't take it away. So I always try to aim at being lighter than I actually intend to have the piece, and then I can add the depth of colour once I've got a smooth transition right the way through. This does seem like I'm blending incredibly fast. It's not. I've sped this up quite a bit. It's a long process when you are wanting to ink blend a full card panel such as this. It takes a long while and you've just got to be patient with it, basically. You want to work in circular motions, starting off the paper and sweeping onto the paper in those circular motions. That way you're going to get less chance of having a harsh line around the edges and leaving quite a noticeable mark in the ink where you've actually, if you put the brush straight down onto the paper. I'm using a glass mat here. I've tried many different things to ink blend from. I find that this is ideal because there's a lot less friction and it's easier for me to glide onto the paper. I get a much better outcome blend in the end. You need to make sure that you are wiping the glass mat though between colours because you're starting off the paper. Some of that ink is going to be on the mat, and if you don't wipe that up it will transfer when you move on to your next colour. So yeah. Okay, the next technique is stenciling. Again, this is ink blending but using a stencil. So I wanted this beautiful flower. It's the Mega Bloom stencil from Altenew. I wanted that flower to come in from the bottom corner and go edge to edge. So the best way to do that is to stick your stencil to the paper from behind. That way you've not got any marks on the front of the paper where your tape is covering. In order for it to have the least chance of the stencil moving, I also like to tape the edges of the stencil to my mat. That just gives me a little bit of extra insurance that it's not going to be moving anywhere. This time I'm actually using a foam blending tool, just to show you that you can still use either or. Both are good for different things. I find the brushes are easier to blend with, but the foam applicators do lay down more colour quicker. So if you are after a very saturated look, then you might find that the foams are for you. The same rules still apply. Start off the page and slowly sweep on. We're going from light to dark. So I've got the nice soft edges at the top, but I wanted a deeper colour towards the base of the flower. So that's how I did it. Again, these are Altenew Crisp dye inks, and I'll have the details for them listed below. Now you need to be careful when you're taking the tape off because it can tear your paper if you do it too quickly. Again, this is sped up quite a bit. And there you go, look at my beautiful bloom. I absolutely love this stencil, it's just gorgeous. need to make sure you give your stencil a good clean straight away after using it. I love having a gloss mat because I just literally spray the water onto it and wipe it up. I love it. You can get it messy and just wipe it straight up. It's fantastic. The inks may dye the stencil, but that's fine. That's not going to transfer. That's just because they are good quality inks. Okay, the next topic that I want to cover is stamp layering. Altenew are known for their layering stamps. They have some absolutely fantastic, beautiful images, but some of them can be a little bit daunting when there's lots and lots of layers. This particular one I find really easy. It's just a couple of layers on one of the flowers and 3 layers on the other flower. It's a great place to start, something small like that that's not too difficult. When you're lining up your stamps, if you look on the back of the packaging, they clearly show you which parts of each stamp you should be looking to check that they are lined up properly, and that'll give you a good image. If you do get it slightly wrong, it's fine. The chances are nobody will even notice, so it's not a problem at all. If you are unsure, then test on a piece of scrap paper. It's a lot cheaper than your expensive paper, right? Now, they do suggest that you stand up and look right down on your stamps so that you can see if they're lined up. That's not something that I can do. That works great, but I'm not able to do that personally. So I wanted to share some of the ways that I get around some of my the difficulties that I face in the craft room because of disability, and the ways that I've discovered is easiest for me is to actually just pick the MISTI up, put your stamp on and close the lid, pick it up and hold it in front of you, and you can see straight through then to see if it's lined up. Works like a charm. So that's how I get around it. I wanted to show you a little bonus clip. I wanted to make a belly band to go around all of the cards from my feminine set, but I didn't have any paper that was long enough, so I just sliced up 2 pieces of cardstock, and I used that decorative label that you can see there on my mat, and I just, where I'd stuck the 2 pieces of cardstock together, I covered it with a decorative label, and you can't even tell, it would just look like one long piece of card, so that was great. Yeah, I'm actually really happy with how that worked out. Okay, here's the photos of my finished projects. I hope you like them. I had a lot of fun making them. I had a lot of fun completing this course. I've learnt a lot, but I think that one of the main areas that I've advanced in is my confidence, which is great. I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed making these. Like I said, I hope you like them, and I am really looking forward to moving on to level 2. So thank you for watching. I hope you stick around to see all of the photos, because I've included the masculine setting as well. So stay safe, crafty people, and stay crafty. Bye.